How's everyone doing? Today I have an awesome update, a stack of Blu-rays right here, and a horror block. Now this is actually an old horror block. This is from like 2 months ago that I never did an unboxing video for, so I will do that today, right now. But first I'll show you these Blu-rays. And the first 3 are actually for my buddy Tim on here, Timothy Smith, TJ81287. I won my fantasy football league for YouTube. Every year I do a YouTube fantasy football league where we play for Blu-rays. So it's a 10-team league. So the other 9 players send the winner a Blu-ray. And I won. I'm the commissioner. This is 5 years running now, and I finally won. There's some great people in this league, and it's always a fun time. And this year was no exception. There was a lot of different injuries and suspensions and crazy things happening. And I got some awesome Blu-rays already, and my buddy Timothy sent me some, and here they are right here. And there's no note, Tim. What's going on? Whenever you send me anything, you don't send me a note. I'm just kidding. I really appreciate these. Again, there's only supposed to be 1 Blu-ray, but a couple people sent me multiple Blu-rays, including Tim. He sent me 3, so that's super awesome, super generous. You didn't have to do that, and I really appreciate it. And it was in a bubble mailer, so I already saw what they were, but they're all freaking awesome. I put a wish list on there as kind of a guideline. Like, you don't have to choose from the wish list, but it gives you kind of an idea of what I'm into for people to pick something out for me. And first up, I think all of these were on my wish list, I'm pretty sure. Killer Joe right here, which I love the heck out of this movie. Super underrated. The most recent film from William Friedkin, who of course did The Exorcist, French Connection, Cruising, a lot of great movies. But one of my favorites, probably my favorite from him, is To Live and Die in L.A. with William Peterson, and Willem Dafoe is the nihilistic counterfeiter. That movie has one of the best car chase scenes ever. It just oozes 80s crime thriller. Love that movie. But this one right here, Killer Joe, I was really impressed by Matthew McConaughey. He's done a lot of great movies recently. Of course, Dallas Buyers Club, Mud, and this one right here, which I don't hear a lot of people talk about this. Great cast. Emile Hirsch is an actor I really enjoy. I really enjoyed him in, oh man, what was the movie about Christopher McCallis? Into the Wild. Love that movie. Great soundtrack from Eddie Vedder. And the cinematography in that one was excellent, and I'm rambling, I'm sorry. This is what I do a lot of editing usually in my videos, because I just get off topic and talk about different directors and actors. But Gina Gershon is stunning in here. I always remember her in Bound. And Thomas Hayden Church, I think he was in Wings, was the TV show that he was in. But he's been in a lot of great stuff. And Juno Temple, oh my gosh. Juno Temple, beautiful and stunning and super hot and talented young actress, but in here she's incredible. She gets nude in here, and I have to say that did not hurt the movie. And I was keeping the movie Brass Teapot solely for Juno Temple. I wasn't a big fan of the movie overall, but she was gorgeous in it. And this one right here is just great performances all from top to bottom. Basically, Matthew McConaughey is a detective who's also a hitman, and Emile Hirsch decides to put a hit out on his mother, who's just kind of an awful person, and to hopefully get the life insurance. And Matthew McConaughey takes a liking to his young sister, Juno Temple, and things get crazy. There's lots of violence here, and the ending is nuts. The ending is one of those ones where you're kind of like, what? But I like that. I appreciate that, and I really enjoyed this movie, so super happy to add this to my collection. I had the DVD, and I actually got rid of the DVD. I got the DVD for like $1 when Blockbuster went out. But I was like, you know what, I am going to get the Blu-ray, and just kept putting it off. And now I don't have to pick it up because you got it, Tim. Thank you so much. I really love the heck out of that movie, so super happy. Next up is The Place Beyond the Pines, and this is directed by Derek Cianfrance, who also did Blue Valentine. I think he did a great job directing here. It's basically a story arc of 3 tales, really. 3 acts, and the first act is by far the best. Has Ryan Gosling, who plays a character much like his character in Drive, kind of a quiet but also violent character. And the cast here, Eva Mendes is stunning. Bradley Cooper did a great job. I think Bradley Cooper's kind of an underrated actor. He's in a ton of stuff, but he does great in all the roles that he's in. He's kind of like an everyman kind of character, or everyman kind of actor in the roles that he plays. And Ray Liotta plays the corrupt cop in here, who is just kind of frightening, and he plays the corrupt cop in a few movies, and I think that really works for him. Great actor. And this one right here, like I said, the first act was by far the best. It kind of trails off. Like the second act is good. The third act I didn't quite like as much. But overall, as a whole, I still think this movie is very enjoyable. And the cinematographer did an excellent job in here. That's one thing that really stood out to me. But that first act, I kind of wanted to see a movie just on that first act alone. But overall, it's basically a tale of fathers and sons and relationships. And there's some crazy scenes in here. But I really enjoy this one. Super happy to get that one. Next up is Final Exam from Scream Factory, which I haven't seen. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I know the director, Jimmy Huston, also directed My Best Friend's a Vampire, which is kind of like a cheesy horror comedy movie from back in the day, which I remember enjoying that one, which I believe I have on a double feature with another vampire movie I can't recall right now. But looking forward to checking this one out. It looks to be kind of a typical 80s slasher by the numbers on a college campus. So looking forward to checking that out. And I love these Scream Factory releases. They're doing a great job. Thank you so much, Tim. Awesome. Can't wait to play next year's Fantasy Football League on here for my YouTube league. It was a lot of fun again this year, and awesome. So happy that I won, too. I was like, am I ever going to win? This is my 5th year doing it as the commissioner. And I know Robbie Webster won 2 years in a row. And I thought Robbie Webster was going to go on a streak there. But Tim, I think you were in 2nd place, and I know you were because we went head-to-head. I thought for sure you were going to win that one, and I pulled out the win. So it was me and Tim in the finals. Tim, this is your 2nd year in a row in the finals and coming up to 2nd place. So hopefully, you know, I know you won in your other league as well, so you won that one. But hopefully I'll see you again in the finals and lay the beat down, the smack down on you again next year. Come on, repeat? Hopefully. But again, thank you so much, Tim. Check out his channel. I'll put the link down below. TJ 81287, Timothy Smith. Awesome guy. You need to make more videos, man. Dig his videos. A lot of the people that are in my YouTube Fantasy Football League are some of my favorite people to watch on here as well. So, very cool. Next up are 2 Blu-rays right here from Mill Creek. The first one is Heartbreak Hotel. This is directed by Christopher Columbus, who's written a lot of movies. He wrote Gremlins, he wrote Goonies. He's done a lot of great writing. This is his 2nd movie he directed. The first one was Adventures in Babysitting, which I love that movie. Thor was played by Vincent D'Onofrio. Still my favorite Thor. But so many great memorable scenes in that movie. And I believe that same year he also did Full Metal Jacket, Vincent D'Onofrio. So great year for him. But Christopher Columbus, I remember seeing this one when I was younger. And I have to say, it did not hold up to my memory. When I was younger, my uncle, he still is a huge Elvis fan. He kind of modeled his look after Elvis, so I would always be checking out different Elvis movies and things like that. And this one right here, Elvis is played by David Keith, who honestly did not do a great job as Elvis. In this movie, like I said, I remember watching it, I remember as a kid enjoying it, but it did not live up to that memory. I watched it again, and it's pretty schmaltzy, and the ending is just ridiculous to me. Basically, this kid kidnaps Elvis with his friends to basically hook him up with his mother, go on a date with his mother, who's, you know, basically dating this jerk, and she's in the hospital, and he's thinking, oh, this will help her bring things better in her life, and she'll, you know, be back to her happy self. And at first Elvis is like, no. And then all of a sudden, because he gets questioned about his rock and roll roots, he decides to change, and he becomes a father figure, and he shows you can do anything if you've got a father figure in your life. But so yeah, Elvis takes a role in the family, and then he goes back, and the family's all happy after that, and it's just kind of cheesy and schmaltzy and campy and not very good, honestly. I was disappointed in this one. Did not live up to my memory. Next up is Blue Thunder with Roy Schneider right here, and this is directed by John Badham, who did a bunch of different, I believe he did War Games. He did a bunch of movies back in the day, but I haven't seen this one. I guess he's a police officer who's testing out a new helicopter, but he finds out there's more to it. It's supposed to be some ultimate weapon, and I guess it's got a lot of action in here. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. So if you've seen any of these movies, let me know what you think of it as well, as always. And so those are all the Blu-rays right there. I'll be checking that out soon, so look forward to that in a Blu-ray DVD update where I'll be talking more in depth about it once I do watch it. And next up is Horror Block. I no longer get Horror Block. This was the last one that I got, I believe it was 2 months ago. I ended up canceling it, and they ended up charging my card for the last one, but not sending me the Horror Block. So I had to go through my credit card to dispute that charge, so that kind of stunk. But overall, I like the idea of it. It's a subscription-based service where each month they send you a box of horror goodies. You don't know what's in there. There's always a t-shirt. There's always a magazine. There's usually a figure. I don't think there's a figure in this one. I've only checked out the t-shirt in here. I tried not to peek in. I've had it like stored away over here. And I like the concept, like I said, but I don't think it's worth the value. It's $32 with shipping. They advertise it as $20, but it's coming from Canada, so it ends up being $32 total with shipping. So I don't think that's a great value, honestly. That's why I canceled it. It just doesn't fit into my budget. I love the concept. There's all the social media stuff right there, and there's the red, and then there's the blood tape right there, the bloody handprint. And you open it up inside. You know, don't open dead inside like The Walking Dead, which I think is cool. I like the box design, everything like that. Okay, I don't want to... here's their Instagram, too, right there in bold. I'm about that gram life, too, so if you've got Instagram, check me out. I'll put the link down below. It's Absolute Sublime 1. I post what I'm watching, the movies I picked up, what I'm eating, basic stuff like that. I love Instagram, though. All right, so first up is the t-shirt. This is the only thing that I've checked out so far in the box. And it's of the TV show Hannibal, which I have not checked out yet. But I did like the lead actor. He's been in a lot of great stuff. So definitely looking forward to checking out the TV show. And there's the shirt. It's a nice looking shirt. And I've heard great things about the TV show, so I'll have to watch it. And now I've got the t-shirt. I like the design for it, so I'll be checking that out soon. There's that. Next up from Hannibal again, this is I guess the Hannibal themed box, is kind of a stress reliever right there of the heart. If you guys don't know, I have a heart condition. I was born with a heart murmur, aortic stenosis, which is a narrowing of the aorta, but recently I've gone to a different cardiologist who's told me not only do I have that, but instead of having 3 valves, I only have 2, and I hate going to this cardiologist. I want to get another one, get a second opinion. Every time I go to him, he's like, I'm going to have open heart surgery in my life. At first it was like, by the time you're 50, and I'm like, okay, but well, can I get it now so there'll be less complications or chances of when I'm 50? He's like, no, because if you get it now, you might need to get it again later in your life. I was like, oh, I thought it was a one and done deal. He's like, no. So, and then the last time I went to him, he's like, okay, you have to get it by the time you're like 40. I'm like, geez, every time I go to you, it's like moving up and up. Next time I go to you, it's gonna be like, you're gonna have to get it tomorrow. So I actually didn't go to my last cardiology appointment where I get a EKG, echocardiogram, all that stuff. I get it, annually. So I didn't go, and I will be going though. I need to get it done. But that makes me think of that because of the heart. But I actually like this, even though it makes me think of my own mortality. I want to live forever. Next up, see, this is one of the things that I wasn't a huge fan of this box too. There's a lot of these subscription-based service boxes, and they're all kind of cool, but I usually only end up liking about 1/3 of what's in here. There's a lot of these little things that I think are kind of junky, and I'll never end up using. This is one of them, the scalers, which I guess it's a little Godzilla right there. You can put it shows, you can put it on your headphones, all kinds of different, your microphone. Like, I don't have a microphone, I'm not a rock singer or anything like that. I think it looks cool, but I'll probably never use it. And I don't really have anything to hang it on, so. Next up is a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a film cell right there, which I think is cool. It's nice. I think it looks cool, but again, it's one of those things that I'm really never going to do anything with it. I'm just going to put it in a box somewhere. So I have a few of these from different movie sets, DVD sets, Blu-ray sets that have come with this, but again, I'll never do anything with it. So I think it's kind of neat, but I don't know. This is cool though. Horror Tales from the Crypt Keeper Myth Conceptions. I like that. And I guess this was an animated TV show. Includes 8 explosive episodes. I was trying to see, did I say expensive? Because I don't think, this is probably like a dollar store DVD kind of deal. I've never seen the TV show. I didn't know it was an actual cartoon. So this looks cool. I'm excited for this. So that's a good thing. Next up is, let me know if you guys have seen this. When did this come on? Like, I would assume from the back, like 90s or so, from Phase 4 Films. So I am looking forward to checking that out. I loved the Tales from the Crypt TV show that I think was on like HBO back in the day. Next up is Cthulhu on Board, kind of like the baby on board sign. H.P. Lovecraft kind of classified novelty. This is kind of neat. Again, I probably won't ever use it, but I like the design for it. It's a cool concept. And, alright, this is cool. This is one of the few things that I usually end up liking from the horror block. or yeah, I mean the magazine. It used to be Rue Morgue, which I definitely prefer over Fangoria. To me, it goes Horror Hound, Fangoria, like 1A, 1B, and then actually, what I mean is Horror Hound and Rue Morgue 1A, 1B, and then Fangoria in third place. But I do enjoy Fangoria, and it's $10.99, which is expensive, honestly, for this. This is one of the reasons that I don't normally get it. But I think it is a decent magazine, and that's one of the, like I said, you get this, usually you get a t-shirt, which I end up liking, and usually if there's a figure, I usually end up liking that as well, and that's usually about it. All the rest of the little stuff I can do without. But I wouldn't want to pay $32 for those things. So, there you go. I'll go ahead and flip through this. There's the Babadook. Can't wait for that to come out on Blu-ray to the US. I was going to get the Australian release, but they finally released the information that's going to be really, I think Scream Factory is doing it, and there's going to be a special edition as well that has a gate cover, slip cover that comes out as like the book. Pieces of Talent, which I've heard good things about. I love the advertisements in here. You find out about different movies and stuff too. It's a lot of mainstream stuff usually. Anne Rice. I like, kind of this, the low budget right here. Skinless from Dustin Wayne Mills, which I do enjoy him. I really liked Zombie A-Hole as one of my favorite recent low budget movies. But I'll just go ahead and flip through there for him. There's more about the Babadook. Great Australian horror film, the Babadook. You can check out my review for it on my channel. So, nice. And there's Norman Reedus right there on the front cover. Can't wait for The Walking Dead to come back on air. And there's a couple more things in here. Hannibal stickers. So that's pretty cool. If you like Hannibal, I haven't seen it, but I do like the look to it. And then I guess an advertisement for Hannibal on Blu-ray. And then this little card right here that goes over everything, which comes in every horror block. So there you go. There's the horror block from 2 months ago. I'm sure you guys have probably seen different unboxings of it on there. But yeah, I'm not going to get it anymore just because $32 is just not really in my budget for it. I don't think it's worth the value. There's a couple good things I like, but most of the stuff I'm like, eh. So let me know what you think of the horror block box and the goodies in here, and any of these movies if you've seen them as well. Leave me a comment or video response down below, and check out Tim, TJ81287. You need to make more videos, but awesome guy, definitely worth checking out. And I hope everybody's doing well. Take care.